Hello, my name is David Collins, and I want to talk to you today about Recovery Capital Incorporated. It's a company I've set up in Delaware in the United States, and what we're going to do with that. Recovery Capital Inc. Yep, and this is a US entity, so this sits in the US of A, in Delaware, and it's governed by US tax laws, and I'm the 100% owner. And so this company has 10 million shares in it. Yeah, and what I'm doing is I'm selling 1% of those shares, so I'm selling 100,000 of those shares at $10 each to raise $1 million so that I can train 1,000 coaches. So there's 1,000 coaches, and those 1,000 coaches will go out and they will coach 100 people or 100 hours each. Yeah. So that's equal to 100,000 man hours of addressing the problem. Then along here we have facilitators and a similar thing here. So if we take that 100,000 hours and 100,000 hours, we get 100 million hours. And that 100 million hours, I put a value of $1 each. So that creates a company that has a potential value of $100 million. And what this company does is it goes out and it raises recovery capital, and it uses the money that it raises to create recovery capital and to get a return on the investment. So what I'm planning to do to incentivize the students once that they're certified and they're working in this domain is to, as part of their training, give them back. So if it was $1,000, give them back 70% of the value that they invested in shares. Yeah. So a student comes along, they get trained, they get certified, they become a professional, and once they've jumped through all those hoops, they get 70% of their fees back in forms of shares. They can't cash in those shares yet. There'll be a time period that's say 5 years, but they need to hold those shares for 5 years before they can cash them in. And by having people and students being shareholders in this environment, yeah, that will be the asset that will increase in value. So that's the idea. So somebody will invest $1,000, they'll get training, and if they complete their training and get certified, they then get back 70% of the money. So essentially they're paying $300 in hard cash and time and effort, obviously. But if they complete, they then get 70%. So they'll then get $700 back in form of shares. And that'll help build this company here. So if this increases over time, which it will, because we know that for each dollar we spend on this, we save $7 in the judicial system and $4 in the medical treatment industry. And as we bring more and more people on board and we increase our peer coaching, our peer coaching network, that then becomes a feeder to everyone that lives in this ecosystem. And that would be hospitals, doctors, schools, psychiatrists, training providers, HR professionals, companies, communities, anyone that's impacted by substance abuse, which is really everyone. So we've really got a global solution for a global problem, and that is how it's structured. So if you want to find out more, send me a direct message or follow this YouTube channel. Okay, thanks for watching. Goodbye.